Hey everyone, I'm here with Dominic Black Reitmeier, and we're gonna talk a bit about the first days of group stage as well as the upcoming day tomorrow, where we will play LGD in for the first round in the loser brackets. And Dominic, what would you say? How would you summarize the group stage overall?
Well, obviously we performed really poorly. The first day we pretty much just, I don't know what happened. We lost almost every game except one, where we had some funky picks and that's why we won. It was mostly because we just tried to adapt to other styles instead of playing our own style. That was the biggest mistake we've ever done, and at a really bad time as well. The second day was pretty much the same thing, but we started to find our groove. We won 3 out of 6 matches. And the third day, DK just played much better than us, but we didn't play bad at all. So for the upcoming games, we are much more confident again.
Okay, let's. I would go more into a more detailed way of each day of the group stage. The first day we had Zenith as well as Navi and Fnatic. Well, we started off against Zenith with a victory in the first map, which should have given us actually like a pretty good boost or confidence, so we could go into the further matches with way more confidence. But it didn't. What happened after the victory against Zenith? Why couldn't we keep that momentum or flow in the next games? Because it looked like it went more down instead of up, the way we played.
Like in the second game, we played versus Zenith. We played really well. We had like a really big lead, like I don't know, like 5-6k gold lead or something. Took a Roche, 5-0 fight, and after that we took one really bad fight, and then the atmosphere just went downhill, and then it just snowballed, and we just lost the match. And after that, our mood was really shaky.
I still think they had an alchemist, right?
Yeah, they had an Alchemist free time, and we still had a gold lead, so that's pretty massive. And like after that, the mood just went downhill, and then we just got wiped in the other matches because we tried to adapt to a style that we can't really play. That's pretty much the reason. Why
Yeah, you mentioned that already. So you would say that's what happened in the matches against Navi and Fnatic, that we just tried to play a different style that we used to, because I don't know why, we tried to adapt to the meta game, which evolved during the group stage, and we tried to adapt, but it didn't work, and we didn't play our own style. So you would say that was the reason why we.
That was mainly the reason. Obviously, we didn't play as well as we used to, but that played a really big role in that.
Okay, going into the second day, I think we started off against Dignitas, right?
Yeah, we started off against Dignitas, and
which didn't go really good.
They wiped us 0-2. And after that, we talked a little more about what's happening, how we fix that. Then we played against LGD China. The first map we took really easily because we started to play like we used to again. The second map was really close. We lost because we played our tri lane in a really bad way. And LGD is really, really good at their tri lanes, so they just owned us there. That's the reason why we lost there. And then we played against MUFC and we pretty much just stomped them. Good.
Yeah, MUFC went, I guess, 0-14 in the group stage. So.
Yeah.
But still, I think they're a decent team, but
too inexperienced.
Too less experience, yeah. And the third day, actually, I think was, well, we had a talk with the whole team, I think, after the second day. We sat together, had a talk, and what did we talk about? Like,
that was actually the first day.
Was it the first day?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's why we tried to change everything, like all the things.
Okay. Okay, then we had the third day, where we just had one match against DK. We lost 2-0, but we played our own style, and I think the games went way better than on the second or first day, actually. What would you say?
The first map, we had them outpicked, but we did several mistakes on the tri lane. Again, that's why we lost. We just got picked off later on because they had a really strong ganking combo with Nyx and Nakes. And in the second game, we had a huge lead early on. We had like, I don't know, 15k gold lead at some point. But just DK is like the best team in the late game. So they just made almost no mistakes, and we made a lot of mistakes, and they capitalized on them, and then they just took the game back, and that's why they won the second map. But the games were pretty good from our side. We just need to make sure we can actually close it out the next time.
Still being in Group A, what would you say, or how would you summarize the group overall? Not talking about MOUZ, talking about the other teams, like for instance Fnatic, who did a great upset. Navi, I don't know, probably expected that they top the group in their current state.
No, I was surprised by the fact that Dignitas did so well, and by the fact that LGD actually almost dropped down to the loser bracket. I expected them to go 14-0 in this group. They're actually only 8-6.
So you even expected them to beat Navi 2-0?
Yeah, because I thought they're the best team in this tournament, but obviously it's Alliance now. Now we know that. But I actually expected them to top the group.
And yeah, let me ask you the same question for Group B. Did you expect the Lions to go with a flawless victory in their group stage, or?
No, I expected them to be in the top 4, but I didn't expect them to do like a perfect run. I expected them to be like 12-2 or something, but they just smashed everyone. I hope there's some competition in the winner bracket for them.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Hopefully, yeah. Okay, tomorrow we will start off with our first match in the loser bracket against LGD Int. What are your expectations?
We have never played versus them, but we are definitely confident in beating them because their play style we are very good against. So, but it's only a best of one, so in my opinion best of ones are always like a 50-50 because a bad game can always happen, or like a surprise draft can just win the whole game. So like you can't really talk about confidence in a best of one. I just know if we play a good game we can definitely beat them. That's
true. Is it something special for you to face a player who was your captain for a short time, or it wasn't a short time, was actually a longer time, and we even went with him to the TI2, 1437.
Yeah.
Is it like something special to face him, or?
Like I would say it's like a motivation boost because you just like we're really good friends, and obviously I don't want him out of the tournament, but it's like the motivation that that you're better than your friend, that you grew as a player much more than he did. So I would see it as a motivation that I actually want to beat him, and I hope that we can use that motivation to actually beat them.
That would be good. And I guess after that we would have Fnatic or Tongfu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on the bracket itself? Like, who would you say will go very far in the upper bracket? Who will make it through the lower bracket? Or who will in the end be the one who is gonna be the favorite of the tournament? So what is your opinion overall on the final, on the main event now?
Like, probably gonna be Alliance in the grand finals. I don't know. They didn't make any mistake yet. I don't know. You can only say they're definitely gonna be in the grand final. Other than that, I personally hope it's DK in the grand final as well, because.
So you don't hope mousesports?
No, like obviously I would love to be there ourselves. It's just like a really rough road,
Yeah, sure.
Just I want to see I definitely want to see Burning in the finals, just so there's a chance that he doesn't retire. I hope that LGD does really well, because I think they deserve it, because they put a lot of work into Dota. Same reason why I think Alliance will be in the grand finals. They've been playing like 10 hours a day, almost every day. Other than that, it's probably gonna be Navi, who will do fairly well especially against the Eastern style, because they changed their style a little and they do like some funky 5-man things. And in the lower bracket, I hope that we come really far. And
we are the team of the lower bracket, right? In the TI qualifier, we went through the lower bracket, losing the first match. Went to the lower bracket.
We definitely have a good history of making it through the lower bracket, so I hope we can continue this, because if we actually made it from the first round of loser bracket to the grand final, that would probably make history in Dota. But it's really unlikely, so just go step for step, one game for.
How would you compare the TI3 to the TI2 overall, like the treatment and the background, everything that's happening in the background? How would you compare those two events? Is it like on equal level, or?
I think this year is much more professional than last year, because they actually enforce the rules much more, and the delay isn't that big as it was last year, and they shortened the days by a lot. You had a lot of time to get used to the jet lag, like 3 days when you arrived, so that was really good as well. And so far I think it's much better than the second international. Just from year to year it gets better and better.
Yeah, let's hope for another TI4 with mousesports again. And yeah, do you have anything in the end? Do you have anything you want to say?
Just a shout out to all of our fans, and sponsors, supporters. Shout out to our sponsors. Thank you, Razer, Guile, Tortec, and XMG. Yeah, and just wanted to apologize to all of our fans and friends because we did really poorly. Definitely disappointed a lot of people. I can just promise you that we'll do our best.